holiday season, let's not pack on those pounds with all the sugar from Halloween and carbohydrates from Thanksgiving. This holiday season, I want to help you lose some weight. And the fact is when you end the year strong, so 2016, the last 3 months, it is the most important thing that you can do to create momentum for 2017. So for you, what I'd like for you to do right now is figure out what's important for you. Maybe it's not losing weight, but for a lot of people, the holiday season is very difficult not to pack on the pounds. So you can take this framework, and maybe it's not losing weight for you, maybe it's creating better relationships or getting that job or those last sales for the last 3 months of your 2016. Whatever it is for you, we want to end 2016 strong. And even though we're in October, it's still critically important that you create that focus to end 2016 strong so that you can have an awesome 2017. I created this framework, which is my own framework, except the basis is in high performance coaching. And I'm going to give you little few steps in high performance coaching through this framework to be able to help you create the weight that you want to hold. So it's either hold the weight or lose the weight or create those sales for 2016. Now, in each step, it's really important to remember that there's fire that's got to be in each step. So fires: focus, intensity, resourcefulness, and execution. So in each of these steps, you got to have the fire. And always with fire, you got to begin with the end in mind. If you don't know where you're going to go, you'll never get there, right? So you got to know where you're going. So for us in this particular video, our focus is to lose weight. How much? You got to be specific, and you also got to understand where you are and where you want to end. So number one, step one, with the fire: focus, intensity, resourcefulness, and execution. Where is your clarity? Are you clear with where you are right now and where you want to go? Most people let life dictate them rather than them dictate life. So if it's to lose weight, why? If you don't have a strong why, you'll never execute. You'll never create the focus that you need in order to have your desired goals. It's just going to be one of those lofty goals, mañana. It'll never happen. So create clarity around why it's important for you to create and finish and execute those goals. So for you today, what I'd like for you to do is write down clarity and why. Create a strong why with why you want to be able to accomplish that desired weight. If you don't have a strong why, you'll never get there. Clarity without a why is like there's no power to the punch. It's just a paper tiger. You'll never get there, and there's false hopes, false dreams. So create clarity with a very strong why. All right, number two is energy. Where's your energy level? Today, right now. Scale yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 0 to 4, you know, that's pretty much you're having a hard time getting out of bed. 5 to 7, you're hanging in there, but you're really still struggling. And an 8, 9, or 10, you pretty much have the energy to be able to execute whatever that goal is. Now, the first thing that I'd like to ask you is, with clarity, what are you eating? Or with energy, what are you eating? So if we're talking about losing weight, a lot of times we don't have the energy to make good choices with food. So a lot of times, you know, we just go throughout our day and we graze. And when you graze, then we end up, the digestion is our number one energy taker. So are we eating too much and exhausting our energy levels with digestion? I have a simple rule of thumb, and of course you need to approach your nutritionalist or whoever is helping you, but 3 plates of food, and I'm not talking gargantuous plates like at Soup Plantation, just 3 plates of food, and then 2, so it's 1, 2, 3, 3 plates of food. 2, cut your body weight in half, and then that's how many ounces in water, and one big salad a day, and 1 liquid meal a day. So I do liquid breakfast, 1 big salad at dinner, and a big plate at lunch. So that's my 1, 2, 3, and that helps me create energy. You know, I don't do gluten, I don't do sugar, I don't do to stop doing. Okay, let's move on to number 3, courage. Now, courage is an interesting thing because for us to create a new body for ourselves or create a new level for us to up level to, we have to have the courage to be able to recreate ourselves. How do we define ourselves? A lot of times we just keep the same old, and it actually doesn't create courage. I want you to find that courage within so you can take bold action to step into that person inside that's waiting to be expressed and waiting to be tapped into. What's one action that you can take these next 3 months so that you can step into that person that's waiting to be expressed inside, waiting to be heard? So what I'd like for you to do is write down courage and one thing that you can do to create a more bold action in your life or to create more courage so that you can become who you've always wanted to be. Number 4, productivity. So productivity is an action. What can we, it's kind of like what are we going to start doing and what are we going to stop doing? But productivity is even more simple than that. It's we want to lose weight with clarity, energy, courage, and the productivity is what are we going to do on a day-to-day basis? So this is like in your schedule, you're going to wake up before work and you're going to go to the gym and then you're going to go to work and then you're going to make sure that you have however 100 ounces of water, whatever it is, 60 ounces of water. And then you're going to make sure that you give gratitude to 5 people in order to be able to help your frame of mind and your energy. And you're going to create clarity by having this productivity sheet or this your productivity really clear with what your goal is. So break down your goal of how you're going to execute it and then put it into your planner and get more productive. And one of the things that sucks our time is the black hole of the internet. So what I would suggest is an hour before lunch and an hour before you get off work, that would be your email hour. Otherwise, your email is just a convenient organizational system of other people's agendas, and it's an energy sucker. You'll be able to find time if you get more productive in your day to eat right, to exercise, to be more kind and patient to yourself and others. Number 5 is influence. Who can you better influence? So it's really a funny thing, but when you get out of yourself and you get over to other people and you say, who's someone in my life that I really want to become a better influence to? Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's your employees. Whoever it is, when you think of them, what do you need to, how can you be a better role model for? Maybe it's eating the right food in front of them and like in front of your kids and you're saying, hey, you guys, don't eat the dessert. Well, you should do the same. Walk your talk. Who can you create more influence for? And this is going to create a stronger why in your clarity so that you can meet your goal. This is a very simple exercise, creating clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. But let's face it, for you to meet your goals in 2016, when you have these things in a line, you'll be able to meet those goals, surpass those goals, and hit 2017 on a launch pad up and forward to whatever you want to create in 2017. But if you kick back and you let 2016 just slip away and you don't acknowledge those goals that are waiting to be heard inside, and you start 2017 in 3 months on that, from that start line, it's going to be a hard start. Finish strong. Go ahead and acknowledge what those goals are in your heart that you want to accomplish. Use this to be able to help you finish the year strong. And if you need any support, go ahead and email me at kerrylee@kerryleesmith.com. And as always, be bright, be beaming, be beautiful. And most important, let's discover you and execute and meet that in 2016. All right, I'll see you next week.